And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, and just last thing to confirm, there are no gray Zoom blurbs anywhere, right?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. So I think we're good to start. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We're the Joint Effort team and we're very excited to share with you our product. My name is Ofek and with me today is Alcides, Andy, Michael, Tima and Kinyu. So let's get started with the problem space. We decided to focus on people living with arthritis, and arthritis is a condition causing inflammation of the joints. It is in fact very prevalent, affecting more than 15% of Canadians older than 12, and it may impair one's ability to work, access technology, sleep, and maintain a healthy social and sexual life, many things that most of us take for granted. It may also display a wide range of symptoms from pain to swelling and fatigue. And so the very first thing we're interested in is understanding this population and seeing if there's anything we can address. And so our initial investigation began. We recruited 16 participants, all medically diagnosed and older than 18, and we consulted HCI literature extensively. And again, as I just mentioned, we were guided by the general questions, trying to understand what is the life of people with arthritis currently looking like, and what are any struggles that we may address. And our findings were very interesting. First of all, our demographic was relatively representative, with the majority being older women, displaying the more common arthritis types, as you can see to your right. And to the left, you can see that 70% of our participants indicated that in the past month, arthritis has constrained their activity in some way, 70%. And that constraining activity affected their family relationships, their friendships, but interestingly, as you can see circled, not their usage of social media. And so our participants expressed feeling embarrassed that people don't understand them, typing hurt, they didn't have adequate places to sit and rest, and they couldn't do some of the things they liked, like attend concerts and sporting events. The general theme was struggling to obtain accommodations. And so Joint Effort was born. We wanted to create a simple, accessible, and efficient system that facilitates interaction between those living with arthritis and external venues. We wanted to help people with arthritis get the accommodations they needed. And so imagine I'm Jane Doe. I have spine arthritis, and sitting often helps minimize flare-ups. I'd like to watch the cherry blossoms at High Park with my friends, but I'll need extra seating to do that. Good thing I downloaded the Joint Effort app. I clicked the large new request button. I inputted that I have spine arthritis. Oh, and then I see the AI generated suggestions, adding extra chairs. That's exactly what I need. Next, I'll input using the mic and the rolling calendar, the date and location, very simple. Oh, an amazing computer-generated email. Looks great, I'll approve and send, and I guess I'll wait to hear back from High Park. This was a quick demo of our app, and what are the advantages of Joint Effort? It's easy to use, it's robust with many error-proofed and flexible features, it's beautiful, but most importantly, it is accessible. And our success measures show that. We have lower click rate, fast interaction where users don't spend too much time on our app, and some of our future success measures will be returning users and increasing users. And this was a very iterative process. We investigated, we analyzed, we prototyped, we tested, and we did that again. And some of our testing was usability testing.
So I'd like to talk a little bit how we got to that design. So it was definitely through our usability testing, which initially we get feedback from our classmates, more than 20 university students. Then we have feedback from experts, UX experts, 2 of them, and we improved even more. And then we tested again with target users. And finally, we got to our final design. The feedback we got from both the target audience and the experts led us to 3 main groups of optimizations. So first, it led us to more naturally positioned buttons for better tap flow, also more flexibility on data input, like a row interface, and also a less polluted information display, so the user could control what to see and when to see, so more user power. Next Okay, so I'd like to thank you all for your attention. So if you'd like to test our prototype a little bit, I'm pasting the link in the chat. And thank you very much. I'm eager to receive, to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. Of the people that you were testing with, I mean, arthritis could be very, very different, especially the different kinds. But if you have like rheumatoid arthritis, it can be practically crippling in the use of the hands. Did you have anyone with severe hand issues in your usability testing?
Yes, so I believe our usability testing, we just finished the report a couple of days ago. I believe that was a pretty small sample. Ideally, we would have more, but those were things we were taking into account when designing the app, making sure that the buttons are large and that there is the microphones on the side and the back and next button. But I definitely agree that we will need to test it with larger sample.
Exactly. Yeah. From our first iteration of usability test, we had one of the user with thumb arthritis, and also we had a feedback from that person and also from one of the UX experts about how we could position the buttons, because of those people have a hard time to move frequently or in a greater range of movement with our thumb. So it was something we look for, but with a small sample though.
Thank you.
I had a quick question. One of the iterations or improvements you mentioned following usability testing was the flexibility on data input. Can you talk about some of the findings that led to that and some of the changes that you ended up making?
Yeah, of course. Many of our subjects, the people that we test with, they have different preferences regarding how they would input the information. So some people like to talk, especially the one with thumb arthritis, for example. Another person would prefer to type because he wasn't affected. Also, the date, the way the date was inputted through a calendar was not very appealing for many of them. So we have to change that too. Also, the way we position the boxes to be clicked on the accommodation the screen was also interfered because of the usability testing that was crowded tapping places, and it was pretty crowded initially. So we have to separate and to create more screens in order to have more separation between the tappable boxes.
Okay, thank you for that. I think now is time to deliberate, and I would like to share my screen.